Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg, and we are absolutely thrilled to have back in. It's that time of year. Our friends from the Coronado Floral Association joining us is the president, Sara Stillman. How you doing there, Sara?
I'm doing well this morning. Thank you for having us.
Good. How long have you been working with the association?
So I first joined the board in 2016. So one of the genius things the Floral Association did when they started was invite presidents of various organizations to be ex officio board members. So I kind of tripped and fell into being a part of it. And I stayed on after my time as a president of another organization and started to get involved with the Saturday night gala that we throw at the flower show.
Right.
And then just once we hit the 100th year, they asked me to be president, and here we are.
And my goodness, that's right. The organization was founded in 1922.
Yes.
The 101st Coronado Flower Show is taking place in, is that end of April? When is it?
Hard to believe, 2 weeks away, April 15th and 16th.
April 15th and 16th.
Two-day event.
Right. And then people flock from all over the county, I imagine?
Yeah, we say it's a beyond the bridge activity. It's not just Coronado, it's all of San Diego County. And we actually have people that fly in from out of state every year to come. It's the largest outdoor flower show in the country. At least we haven't found another one, so we're going to go with that.
Right, exactly. So tell me how that works. Does some of these local arborists and all that say, no one makes better pansies than me or whatever the case? And then you can tell I know nothing about flowers and all that business.
Absolutely.
You know, do people get to submit theirs? Is there a judging? So, no, you just can't put your flower pot in here. You have to be chosen. Tell me how this works.
So there's 5 different divisions, and it ranges from horticulture, design, and we even have a youth section.
Okay.
And it's not just judged by anyone, it's judged by the National Garden Club's official judges, which is, to become a judge, it's like a multi-year program to be one. So it is official, it's not just subjective.
Like the Westminster Dog Show of flower shows.
Flowers, yeah. Okay, so it's quite official. And so there's rules and guidelines. You can find them all on our website. And it's great. You pick an area you'd like to enter in. Anyone can enter. There's no prerequisite. There's nothing that you have to do that is, you don't have to be a professional by any sense of the imagination. And yeah, you enter into it.
So how do you enter in? Do you have to show something digitally, or you bring your whatever it is to an area and they judge it? How's that work?
So on Friday afternoon and Saturday morning, we invite anyone who'd like to participate. They pick the section they'd like to enter. For example, if you want to enter in the horticulture division, you could decide to bring a cut flower of some kind. You can bring it into the show. You drop it off. It gets tagged into a section that is going to be judged upon. And then Saturday morning, the judges all come. It's quite an event. They go around. It's very official. They have clerks, and they judge the whole show and pass out the ribbons, determine who are the big winners for the year.
That is one. So have you ever been, there's way too many entries? I mean, you only got a limited space down there, or it doesn't ever happen that way?
We've been doing it for quite some time, 100 years to be exact.
You guys know what you're doing?
We know what we're doing. There are times where there's kind of an overflow, if you will, and we make do. We find room. We squish tables. We do things like that. But being that it is in Coronado, a lot of local residents enter every year, so we have a lot of repeat customers.
Right.
And then we usually kind of can gauge that there's going to be an influx of new people. Maybe some people don't enter.
Right.
So it hasn't been an issue, knock on wood, so far.
But do they have to enter? Have they already said, "Hey, I want to enter"? They have to. Is there a deadline for them to commit to entering, or they don't all show up on the 5th? And well, we weren't expecting you folks.
Some do. It's a certain section. So in the design section, for example, we have table designs as one of them, and we have people sign up for those sections. So there are certain areas within the show that you are expected to show up. You can't just come in and throw a table design up willy-nilly.
Right.
So that is one of the areas. But for the most part, the youth section, for example, we encourage youth up through 8th grade, I believe, pre-kindergarten through 8th grade.
Right.
Just come by, drop off something in one of the categories.
Right. We're chatting with Sara Stillman. She's the president of the Coronado Floral Association, chatting about the 101st Coronado Flower Show, Hollywood in Bloom. Why that theme?
So what's really fun is the minute the show ends, the team that is getting ready for next year starts thinking about what they're going to do a year in advance. And so over the summer, usually we get together, and a lot of, I think it was about a dozen, maybe 20 people came together, and all these ideas just floating around. And that is the one that got pinned down for this year. And we try and keep it fresh and different. And then all of the different categories that you can enter have a theme that's connected to Hollywood in Bloom.
Okay, like a Fred Astaire, Rosebud or something like that.
Exactly.
Whatever the case may be. Very, very interesting. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlossberg's Spotlight on the Community Show on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union here in the well-kept, beautiful Mission Fed studio in Scripps Ranch. Mission Fed been doing great things for San Diegans for 60 years. Again, chatting with Sara Stillman, president of the Coronado Floral Association. So when people come in, what time do they have to drop off their displays, their flowers and all that business?
So it's in the afternoon on Friday. So come in, think of like after school hours in the afternoon. They come, drop them off.
Right.
We cut off, I think, I don't have the time off on the top of my head, but it's in the afternoon.
Sure.
That is on Friday, the 14th. And we encourage that because that helps us kind of set things up. But there are some things that have to be done Saturday morning. For example, cutting flowers, you're going to want to do that the last second possible. So it's going to be at the peak performance, if you will. Right. And that is in the morning before, I want to say from before 9 o'clock.
Right. So if I'm not mistaken, there's a very, very nominal fee to, as an attendee to go, correct?
Yes, it is youth. Anyone 17 under is free. We really are encouraging that we want the youth to be involved in this.
That will not be me falling into that category, unfortunately.
And if you're not, it's a $10 per day, so each day. Or if you're a member, which is $30 for an individual and $45 for two people, you get in for free all weekend.
Right. So then, if I'm not mistaken, you judge. Do the attendees also judge?
There are a couple different categories. One of them is the fan favorite. We do have a men's section, which is usually we do it with a lot of disclaimers that there's no intent to offend, but it is it's quite comical to see the different entries that get made up in that tent. But that one does have a fan favorite that gets picked. Right.
Okay. So then the attendees would come in and put a check mark by their favorite or something to that effect, right?
It's different every year how they decide to do it. We have the beautiful part about our organization. It's all volunteer led, and so that does leave a little bit of surprise sometimes of how people get things done, but we love to give that kind of freedom to design the section the way they want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And the time frame on those Saturday and Sunday when people can come in?
The start of the show is at 1 o'clock, and then we have like an opening ceremony at 1:15 on Saturday.
Okay.
It closes at 5, and then it is from 10 to 4 on Sunday.
10 to 4 on. Okay, very, very good. And then the judges will make their decision by what time on Sunday?
That's the period so when drop-off ends and when you can no longer enter, the judges then go around and meticulously look at every single entry. And so that takes place pretty much from, I want to say, like 9 to noon, roughly.
Right. Now, I know it's something that Coronado is very famous for. A lot of people like to display their wares, whether it's 4th of July stuff or whether it's Christmas stuff or holiday stuff, who knows. No difference with the flowers. Will people have some of their entries in their front yards and their porches before they bring it over to...
So there's definitely people that can grow their entries before they bring it in, but we also have a Homefront Judging section of the show.
What's that about?
What's exciting is that's actually happening right now as we speak. We passed out to 150 people last night the ability to walk around the streets of Coronado and pass out ribbons for our Homefront Judging Competition. And we judge every home, every school, every business front. And it's a thing we've been doing for some time because one of our missions is to beautify Coronado. Sure. Encourages people to keep their yards kept up, to plant flowers, to encourage the love of gardening. And so if you walk around the streets of Coronado right now, you're going to see it's just in top condition as people are trying to get those blue ribbons.
Well, I was there last weekend. I wasn't paying attention. I guess I'm going to have to pay attention if I come out there this weekend and take a look. And that goes for up until the 15th or the judging?
So we pass out the ribbons, and you'll find that some homes display those ribbons for the entire year, especially if it's a blue, maybe less so if it's a yellow third place ribbon. But they judge today and I think tomorrow. And what's great, if you go get a copy of our Eagle newspaper next Wednesday, you'll see there's a program inside. Right. And in that program has a list of all of the different ribbons that we passed out. So if you want to do like a self-guided tour, you can take around yourself to the top homes. And we do judge a top home of Coronado, and then that will be done on Monday. So,
right. And does the top home get any monetary? No, it's just a happy,
wouldn't that be great?
a hearty handshake that you are this.
It is a sense of pride that we deliver for them. So it is exciting. We do have it where we don't give the top home year after year. So we try and make sure that it's not just the same one year after year. But you can't, if you get that break, you can be right back at it to be capable of getting that blue ribbon again.
No, that's great. When we come back from break, we're going to chat more with Sara Stillman, president of the Coronado Floral Association, chatting about the 101st Coronado Flower Show. Hollywood in Bloom is the theme, April 15th and 16th in beautiful Coronado. We'll also chat when we come back from break about the 922 Club, talk about that as well, and then how our folks can support this wonderful association. Certainly coming out to the event is one of those. When we return with Drew Schlosberg, Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, doing great things for San Diegans for more than 60 years. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg, Cloudcast Media, and we're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union in the wonderful Mission Fed studio here in Scripps Ranch. Mission Fed has been doing wonderful things for San Diegans for 60 years. We are back with Sara Stillman, president of the Coronado Floral Association, going to be celebrating the 101st Coronado Flower Show, themed Hollywood in Bloom. April 15th and the 16th. We were chatting at break about sort of the competitive, fun competitive Homefront judging. Explain that again, how that works.
Absolutely. We have 150 judges that get kind of taught how to judge the homes. And we always encourage, we want to make sure we give out blue, red, and yellow ribbons. And we always say, the more blue, the better. But it's really up to the judges. It is subjective. I always jokingly say I want to get a Gmail account that is, it's okay you didn't get a blue at gmail.com. But we've had people in the past when they get a ribbon and it's not quite what they were expecting, run after our poor volunteer judges. And they're, completely taken aback. But it's totally up to the judges. We just encourage it. It's a community event. We want it to be fun, but I've had friends on social media come up with the hashtag No Blue for You. So
that is beautiful.
It's we try and have fun with it. We made a funny video last year about judging and passing out blues and the blue. It's all in good fun. It's good competition.
Now, the 150 judges that are doing this Homefront judging, do they each have a certain part of Coronado where you are only going from 5th Street between A and C or whatever the case may be?
I'm so impressed with our Homefront judging team. They took this on. This has been done for years and years in Coronado.
Right.
And it's totally scientific on how they break it down, make it extremely easy to do. You don't have a huge section.
Right.
But yeah, it's all put up into different sections. We have the Village, we have the K's, which is a little further south. We have all the businesses. So it's totally split up easily.
Right. And do the judges all live in Coronado?
Oh, I don't know. Not by any means. We just invite anyone who's interested in the community to
right. So here's what I'm getting at, being the former journalist and being over here. I was going to dig a little deeper here than need to be. So if you are living in Coronado, you're not allowed to give yourself a blue ribbon, are you? See,
I do think there is we try not to have someone live on a street that they get, but I have had people say, they try and figure out who's judging their street to kind of maybe, give a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, we'll come over for a little, little drinks, a little schnapps before.
Absolutely. I have a sign in my front yard that says Stillman in case anyone knows me and knows, hey, I'm the president. Maybe give her, but you never know. I've gotten reds, yellows, blues, no ribbons. It totally is dependent on the year, which keeps it fun.
It's all about fun, 100%. Yeah. Talk a little bit about the 922 Club. What's that about?
Absolutely. So the 1922 Club, it's been around since 2014, and it's turned into one of our biggest fundraisers. It was founded by Colby Freer, and she and I have been throwing the party together. She threw it since 2014. I came on board in 2018. And she and Sam Bay are doing it this year. And it's just this fabulous event that has really brought this kind of reinvigoration of the flower show. We have a huge interest in being a part of it because it's the party of the show, which is great. And it's a ticketed event for the evening. We throw a party under the tent. So when the show ends at 5 o'clock.
Is that on the 15th?
On the 15th, the 1922 Club committee comes in, and it's like magic. From 5 to 6:30, they create a spectacular show-stopping party that is just super fun. This year's theme is lights, camera, flowers. And like I said, it's a separate ticketed event. So we do make everyone leave the show, and then we set up this, and then the people come in for the party. And it's a wild night. We call it the 1922 Club because obviously based on the year of our founding, then we came up with that name last year as an homage to that. But there's a lot of surprise to it. We try not to let a lot of things out, like what exactly is going to be there. So it's kind of like, if you want to be in the know, you got to come be a part of the club.
And it's from when to when?
It is from 6:30 to 9 o'clock.
Okay, so 6 or 9 o'clock, okay, and you have to join this to find out what you're going to do. Maybe a little bit of spoiler alerts. Is there music?
There's lots of music. Trisha Lynn is she's our music coordinator, and she's done a fabulous job of getting some bands for the stage. There's lots of music, lots of dancing. I can tell you that we have some great sponsors who are a part of it that make it happen. Garage Buena Forqueta is so generous and has helped sponsor the food. So they're going to be present there. Little Piggy's Barbecue this year will be there. We have IVT Yachts is sponsoring an oyster bar, I believe. So there's lots of fun things that are coming out. I know lots of surprises. I'm thinking of what I'm going to get in trouble by sharing, but you have to come. There's going to be some surprise appearances from some familiar faces. But what we try and do is what we're doing this year is we're trying to kind of give an homage to Coronado and its connection to Hollywood. So
no, I think that's terrific. Now, do you have to sign up by what day? And does this sell out also?
It sells out every year.
Okay, and right now tickets are on sale?
Tickets are on sale. I think we're more than halfway sold out.
Okay.
They'll be on sale. We usually, people kind of, once April hits, it's kind of the time when people realize, oh yeah, that flower show thing's coming down the line again. So I would say in the next week or so, we're going to see a sellout of tickets online.
And what's the email to where people can sign up?
CoronadoFlowerShow.com.
That's simple. Yeah. Okay, very good. $100 a ticket, all for a good cause and so forth. And do some people, probably the answer is no on this, but I'll ask anyway, just go to the event and don't go to the flower show? It's almost impossible because the flower show is at the event, so to speak.
I mean, technically, the 1922 Club is hosted within the tents of the show. So if you go, you're technically going to the show. But if some people do the nighttime and not the daytime. Sure. Right. Some people do the daytime, not the nighttime. Yeah. It's what I'm most proud of being involved with the Coronado Floral Association is that it is an event for all ages across the community for all interests. So it really just is this community-driven event.
Well, I love the fact that it's, pride in Coronado, and have some fun beautifying, what's wrong with that aspect of it. Environmentally, very cool. We all know what flowers and plants and all that do you get involved with the school district at all?
Absolutely. So like I said, we have a youth section, and it is so fabulous because we encourage, especially the young ages. We coordinate with all the schools, every school, private, public, and we get them involved by doing one of our favorite things is the beam plates. And when the children make this darling design with anything they want on beam plates that we then actually collect and bring and set up. So it encourages the children. They've done something at school, they can go home and say, hey, we got to go to the flower show. Right. I have an entry, I'm going to get a ribbon. I did it myself when I was a kid. So it's just, we really encourage, that sense of pride in your hometown and that connecting and coming together under the tents of the show.
Right. So a friend of this show is Carl Mueller, the superintendent of a Coronado Unified School District. Is Carl a judge?
I am a friend of his as well. We're optimists together.
Right.
No, he would be a great judge. Unfortunately, he is not currently.
Okay.
I'd be happy to share the information of how to become one. But 5 years from now, we can check in and see if he took up on that.
Good. Yeah, we've interviewed him many times on our Spotlight show, and we do a special superintendent show as well. And he's a good guy, and he's recognized by our Classroom of the Future Foundation. So next time I see him, I'm going to sort of see what type of blue. Does he live in Coronado?
I don't know the answer.
Yeah, I don't know that. Either.
I think that's okay. He does enough good work when he does during the daytime. That's all. We're all we care about.
He's a great guy. He's very youthful and so forth. On this again, we're chatting with Sara Stillman, president of the Coronado Floral Association, chatting about the 101st Coronado Flower Show, theme Hollywood in Bloom. It'll be April 15th to the 16th, right off of Orange Avenue. This thing is a great event. Also, you want to sign up for their Saturday night party and fundraiser. Will be on the 15th of April as well. $630 to $900 tickets, and there's food and there's dancing and there's music and flowers and everything in between in this aspect of it. Where do you see this show moving forward? You obviously have a limited amount of space on this thing. Do you ever see it expanding, going down the road even more in Coronado, of course, still? So
outside the park?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, it's staying in the park as long as I'm a part of it. The tradition there, in 1922 when they put it on, the Hotel Del donated tables and the schools donated tables and trellises and things. It was all brought together by the community.
Right.
And so that the fact we do that 101 years later, it's not going anywhere. I can say that we are expanding the show a little bit around the beer garden this year. It's going to be a little bit bigger to welcome some more attendees there. We're so fortunate. Coronado Brewing Company donates the beer. And they create actually a specific beer. It's using the crown hibiscus, which is Coronado's flower, and they make, it's called their, I think it's a golden ale.
Nice.
Yeah, Island Beer Club partnered with us about 10, 15 years ago to create the beer garden, and they all volunteer their time to make that happen. So another great fundraiser for us.
No, that sounds good. Sarah, any final words, and why don't you shout out the website again? CoronadoFlowerShow.com. You can find information on 1922 Club, hours, how to enter. We are just so fortunate that we are going into our 101st year. We want everyone to know it's not just a Coronado event. It's for everyone who wants to be a part of it, who wants to come see spring. We have music, we have food, we have flowers. It's fun. I hope to see you there. You can definitely find me amongst the tents in the beer garden. Otherwise, it'll be fun. We'll do my best to do that. I was there last year. It was a lot of fun. Sara Stillman, wishing you nothing but great success. She's president of the Coronado Floral Association at the 101st Coronado Flower Show, themed Hollywood in Bloom, April 15th to the 16th. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight, the community show on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, doing spectacular things for San Diegans for more than 60 years. We hope you enjoyed the show.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.